Good morning. My hair is froze today. Nevertheless, man, I was just listening to a preacher on WRFD on the radio, and he was trying to explain the New Testament. He was trying to explain the recorded Jesus. He was trying to explain why we're not under the law any longer. First things first, the only ones who are under the law are the Jews, Judaism. They're the only ones who are under that law. Everyone else, we're up under the laws of our government. That's it. You can believe in all the religions you want to believe in. That's your business. You know, at the end of the day, that's between you and the God, the only God. I guess as long as, according to God's law, as long as you ain't killing people, robbing people, it basically just boils down if you ain't robbing and killing and going around hurting people and things, man, then you should be straight. You ain't out here trying to sleep with your neighbors' wives and things. There's just basic natural law of like karma, like what goes around comes around. These things happen. If you're going to a man's house that's not your house and sleeping with his wife, well then you better hope he doesn't come and kill you if he finds out, or it just causes trouble. There's things you just don't do. I mean, we learn these things as we get older, and we should learn these things while we were younger. But most people, we're getting mixed signals when it comes to what we can and cannot do, and what we should and should not do. And then we're taught that there's this Jesus who has freed us from the law, so now we can eat and drink and do whatever we want to do, and his blood covers it. There's no sacrifices that must be made. At the end of the day, we're going to go to heaven as long as we just believe in him, As long as we're not out here running around robbing and killing people and, doing bad things, then we'll still make it into heaven. Man on death row, the day he gets ready to die, he says, I want to talk to the preacher or the reverend, and he assures him that he's going to go to heaven. Like, you're going to go to heaven. You're paying the penalty with your life. You forfeited the rest of your life and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, y'all people crazy. What goes around comes around. There's a law. Everyone must, under some form or shape, fall up under a category of law. Unless you're completely lawless. And then the law is to the jungle then. And those rules apply. And there's always a bigger fish. There's always a bigger cat. There's always a bigger king that comes along. And we all got to meet our maker. That's if we even meet our maker. Who knows? We might just go into, I don't know. When you die, you die. You die. And what happens from then, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. No one can tell you. People have seen that there's obviously other forms of life as far as spiritual elements are concerned. But nevertheless, these preachers are teaching people that it's okay to do these things. You can eat pork. Well, if I gotta say anything about it, if you're not up under the Jewish law, well then you can eat whatever you want to eat, do whatever you want to do, live your life. God gave you life. There's your freedom right there to choose to live, to live. He's given us all an opportunity to live. Some longer than others. Depends on the things that we do down here on this planet that kills us. Like driving too fast, die, going. God gave you a chance, but you want to go out here and want to drive all retarded. God gave you a chance. He's given us all a chance to live a life. 80 years, 90, 100, longer, who knows? He's given us all an opportunity when we were born into this world. Not by chance, not by anything else. It's because God appointed us all the time. And we're all here. We all get the same amount of time. Everyone just dying at different ages and for different reasons. So we want to be smarter. But yet, nevertheless, the point I'm making is they're teaching us that we can do these reckless things. And no matter what, we're still going to go to heaven. As long as we repent, ask God, ask Jesus to forgive us. You know, please forgive me. Man, it's all ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. And people pay these people all day, every day. Every Sunday, all night long. They're sending it in from all over the world. Taking these people's money. Teaching nothing but lies. And the crazy part is, our government knows it. And have given these people tax exemption so they don't have to pay taxes. If anything, I bet you every one of these churches is sending money out the back door, paying up the river somewhere, if you catch what I'm saying. Boy. This place is no good. It's no good. This is America. America don't too much allow people to just go around and, you know, capitalize without their permission. And these churches are capitalizing. So you know they're paying somewhere. They're just not officially paying. So they paying. Like, God don't like liars. If one of God's law that he gave to the Israelites was to not lie, and then you people go around teaching people that God had a son some kind of crazy way, with a woman who never even slept with a man, a virgin, and some kind of way that son was going to live out his life and do miracles, heal people, raise the dead. But the whole time he's alive, he's going to be following the law so that he can be righteous or perfect, and then allow people to crucify him and kill him. And 3 days later, he'll rise from the dead and walk around the earth for a little longer and then ascend into heaven on the clouds with people watching. As he just ascends on the clouds, and the big smoke clouds just rising off into heaven. Heaven's a long way away. So you just imagine everybody just like one of these spacecraft, like the Apollo or whatever these ones, the Challenger, they send flying up into the sky, you know, down there at Cape Canaveral. You know, they're sending up a satellite or something, big old rocket ship, all that smoke. You know what I'm saying? So imagine us just people back then just watching Jesus on a cloud, you know, just rising off into heaven. Like, whoa. There goes the Son of God going back to heaven. Whoa. And then we don't hear nothing else from him. All we hear is this character called Paul who comes along and swears to God that Jesus, the one who ascended into heaven, back down here on earth, blinds him and tells him, basically, you're my man now. You're going to go and build up Christendom, you know, make Christians and things, and take over the world and build a kingdom on this planet. And We're not under the law no more. There's no law. They teach you that the law doesn't affect the heart. Doesn't get to the heart of the matter. You know, all these crazy things. Nevertheless, if you ain't a Jew, don't even worry about it. Do what you do. You will stand before God, I imagine. If the Jews are going to stand before God and be judged, how you don't think we regular people going to be judged some kind of way? You know, I believe we'll all have to stand before judgment one day. You know, so let's do the right things. As simple as that, man. Don't be out here robbing and stealing, out here trying to hurt people, you know, take advantage of people, just being evil and cruel and all those things. Like, man, you better start striving to be a good person. Even though they say in the Bible that Jesus says there is none good except for God, you know, I can't go with that. Sorry, there are good people. There are good people. If we have to all line it up, you know what I'm saying, based on sins and based on actions and all these things here, there would be a such called thing as good people, you know. There is good people out there in this world. They just like to stay to themselves and to stay away because, man, people try to take advantage of you when you try to be good, you know. Try to be peaceful. Try to remain calm. And people will come along and try to take advantage of you, especially in your older age, where your resistance is, you don't got too much to resist with. Your power has left you. And they just come in and take your money, scam you, teach you Jesus and more and more and more. So you thinking before you go to heaven, maybe the more money you give these people, it's gonna mean bigger for you in heaven. You know, I've got $200,000 saved up. I was gonna leave it to my badass kids, but I think, man, I'll just give it to the church. You know, give it to the church so the church can go out to the world and build God's kingdom, and in essence building me a bigger mansion. Maybe I'll do that instead, leaving my children this money. And then they do it. Or whatever the crooked preacher done put inside their minds to convince them that they need to sell their house and sell everything they have and turn it over to the church. Turn it over to the church. The biggest scam, the biggest con artist in the whole goddamn world, man, is these people. Boy. Con artist. Biggest con game in history. Probably the oldest con game in history. It's these people, man. They con you. All this, I'm from God. Like, no different than fake prophets. Con artist. Con artist, man. Ooh. This wasn't my car, man. I'd be kicking everything around here. That's how I'm feeling right now about these folk. But I gotta try to remain calm. Try to remain calm. Because they've ruined lives. They've ruined families. And they just rob your families every single week. Who out there got a family? Their whole family goes to church every Sunday. Their whole family. Imagine these churches are just. I'm gonna get off the subject because I don't want to get too far upset. But they thieves, you know. The government knows they're thieves. So what does that make the government? Just some more con men. They're all con artists. They done con their way into allowing you to so-called vote for them and give them the power that they have. This con artist, up to the president himself, you know what I'm saying, and beyond him, this con man. Looks like daggone it, Biden done won. It's crazy. Joe Biden, who'd have thought? They allowed him to win. They gave him the presidency. They put a dude who likes to sniff little girls' hair He likes to caress their faces with his fingertips. He likes to put his hands around their waist and hold them as if he is the master and owner of their bodies. Oh, I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. They say, oh, it's just inappropriate the way he approaches women and other people. He doesn't know anything about social distancing. No, he knows everything about social distancing. There's a psychology to social distancing. There's a psychology to the approach of anyone, a man over a woman, a man of power over a woman. He violates all and everyone's space. When you violate someone's personal space, you are in essence telling them that they are powerless. You have all the power. It's kind of like bullying someone. Telling someone there's nothing that you can do about it. I'm going to hold your wife as long as I want to hold your wife here and pose for this picture. Matter of fact, I'm going to take your daughter, your young, sweet little daughter. I'm going to caress her face. I'm going to touch her. I'm going to try to get my hands closest to her little titty as I can. You know what I'm saying? And all play it off right here in front of you. And even with you watching, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So vote for Joe. Creepy Joe, Sleepy Joe, Joe the liar, whatever. But hey, he won. So, you know, if he won, which I don't believe none of these things. I don't believe a single vote counts. Not a single vote. Only thing matters is these rich people and who they want in power. Simple as that. So if anyone has a vote, I would say the bankers, people who run the country, had a vote. They voted. They sat down and they decided who's going to be. And then they decided how this is all going to play out and be ran across the media. One big giant scam on, once again, we're all peons. Everyone. We're slaves in this country. You think the master's going to tell the slave what's going on? Think the master's going to tell the slave anything of relevance? No. It's going to entertain the slave. Because the slave ain't got no chains on him. So you got to entertain the slave to keep him from thinking about getting the fuck up out of here. Make sure the parties are good. That's what they did. And took them chains off, man. It wasn't necessarily they were worried about somebody running. They weren't too much worried. Like, man, give you a reason to stay. You know, people like to think slavery was all so bad. They didn't really feed nobody nothing. But every time I saw pictures of slaves, man, they was thick. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would walk around all skinny like they wasn't eating nothing. You know what I'm saying? They was getting they grub on. They wasn't weak. They was always working, so everyone was strong and sturdy. Boy, so they was eating. So the master made sure they ate. Food was nothing. They raised your own cattle. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing. Raised your own beef, your own porks. It was nothing. It was eating and eating good. Don't nobody sit here and lie to you. You know what I'm saying? They weren't missing no meals. You know? Probably let them have things like parties and this type of things all the time. Give them reasons to stay. And at the same time, wasn't nowhere to go. After the first 20 years or so, man, let's see. Maybe 20 years in, you got a whole new generation of youngsters running around. Hold up. Let's go back. 12, 13 years into it, newborns, they 12, 13 years old. All they gonna know is English. They had to have known a little bit of their native tongue, but it was illegal. You know, the master wasn't stupid. He ain't allowing people to just be unheard of he had people listening and watching. Make sure ain't nobody talking about uprisings and all these things. They're here talking in your native tongues, and they tried their best and damnedest to keep us all under control. You know, all this free time, niggas just run around, do what they want. No. Someone was always on guard. Someone was always watching. And it generally was Uncle Tom or somebody, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, Uncle Tom can be good sometimes. Like, man, we need Uncle Tom. Shit, we out here fucked up. Asking what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's cold out here in these trenches. Boy, boy, boy. Just live your life. Do what you need to do. Be smart, intelligent. Invest wisely. I would say get gold. Buy gold. Can't lose. Can't lose with gold. Anytime you got extra money to go in, buy something, instead of buying some shoes, buy some gold. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying some more shirts and things you don't need, buy some gold. Just buy the gold. Have the gold. Buy you a big safe for your crib. You know what I'm saying? Dig you a hole. You know what I'm saying? Inside your house, cover it up so nobody be able to know where it is. And man, like a treasure. You know what I'm saying? You need to guard it. And keep filling that box up. Keep filling the treasure chest up. Keep filling it up. Keep filling it up. Man, can't lose with the gold. Can't lose. It always trades. It always will have a value with anyone. Wherever you go on the whole planet, you got gold, you in there. Boy, boy, boy. So that's it, man. Let me get off of here. Try to upload this video. And, man, they let Joe Biden in there. Wow. I know that was crazy, man. I know that was crazy. I'm going to have to keep going. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to stop, but I'm going to keep going. It just shows that with the technology that we have and with the power that all the governments have combined, they're still trafficking little kids all over the world. They're trafficking drugs, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, pills, ecstasy, weed, all these things, opium, all over the country, all over the world, every single day, all day long. And right along with that, they're trafficking little kidnapped children. And they ain't doing nothing about it. They know where these kids live. They know where they're being held captive. They know what treatment they are receiving. And yet, no one does anything. These people who run this world, these bankers, these elites, they're obviously into all these things. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in any of that. They believe if there's a God, we're all gods. No one's going to judge us. It's like we're judging ourselves in their eyes. We're going to judge ourselves. So, man, do what I want. I can get into little kids. I can get into rape. I can get into killing. I can get into all this crazy stuff as long as I got a power to be able to, keep the regular Joe Blows from coming up against you, like calling the cops on you and things of this nature. So they keep it all in secret, keep it all under control, and man, they do what they want. They got all access to all the money, because money ain't nothing but some printed pieces of paper or a telephone call. That's all it is. Telephone call away to your problem being answered. You know what I'm saying? When you with those elites and you doing those things that elite people do. So when it comes to his homosexuality, wrong, according to Judaism, God said his people ain't gonna be doing that shit. That's what the Bible says. He says his folk better not be doing that stuff. Or certain actions, certain responses, certain consequences will follow. It's just that simple. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, well, if God don't want his people doing it, man, I think he got huge problem with the rest of the world doing some crazy stuff like this, man. But hey, that's between y'all and God, man. Y'all gonna have to answer for y'all's actions. I'm gonna have to answer for my actions. This dude or / girl just walked by here with his dog, gonna have to answer for their action. You know what I'm saying? So we all gonna have to answer for it. But nevertheless, I don't think God's gonna be wanting to kill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. God took out cities because they say they was on some homosexuality, living all crazy. It says Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm about to go back and read the story again and see if it says anything about Sodom and Gomorrah, you know what I'm saying, being sodomizers, and that's where they got the name from. I'm going to go back and read the story again. I might come up with a different interpretation by the time I get back at you with it. What's really going on. They talk about in the New Testament. I think New Testament just need to tear it off the Bible, and we need to have a Bible burning, you know what I'm saying, New Testament burning, you know what I'm saying, on downtown in front of the Capitol building. Everybody bring your New Testament, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna throw it up there onto the steps, and we're gonna take a big old thing of lighter fluid and spray everything down with it, douse a whole big area, and make a bonfire, you know what I'm saying, right there on the steps of the Capitol building, you know what I'm saying, as a protest to these elite, as a protest to the government, you know what I'm saying, that this is what is affecting this country. This is what's fucking up this country and shit. Y'all want some nonsense. And here go y'all's books back. We're gonna burn them for you right here in front of everybody, like the Nazis did and shit. You know what I'm saying? With the burning of their books and stuff like that. When they burnt the books way back then during World War II and before that, or whenever the hell they did it. You know what I'm saying? Boy, it is what it is. Man. But nevertheless, they like it. They like the thought of youngsters turning up missing. They don't care. There's some within the organization who do care, and you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing they can do. They done signed their soul away, man. When they took that oath, man, they signed it all away. Just to be a part of something that is, hey, it's powerful, man. It is appealing. It seduces, man. Anything you're looking for, anything you want can come true working with them folk. So, man, it's just that easy. We see who's in there now, like Biden done crept in. Or Trump, he still ain't out. He might have that Trump card up his sleeve. He might be able to play something, and we're going to still see 4 more years of Trump. I'm going to get out of here.